Hi, I'm Chief Rob Wiley, and this is a FIREGROUND flash tip. Today's modern aerial apparatus give us more flexibility and capability than we've ever had before. That's why it's more important than ever that we develop systematic, safety-minded approaches to deploying this important asset. Today we're going to talk about developing a systematic approach that takes into account safety and efficiency when deploying aerial apparatus. Before you undertake the development of a systematic approach to deploying your aerial apparatus, it's important that you take into consideration three things. Number one, what are your objectives? Our objectives here today are to safely and efficiently deploy the jack pads, the jacks, and to survey the overhead space for the ladder looking for hazards. Our second objective is to get the people involved that are going to be doing these tasks. The third objective is to practice. Once you develop a system, you have to practice, practice, practice. Without practice, you will not have a safe and efficient deployment of this piece of equipment. Let's talk about the officer's position. The officer's first responsibility when he gets out of the truck is to A, define the position that the truck is in. Is it optimal for the task that he's been assigned? Also looking for overhead and lateral hazards. Next, he's going to move down the length of the truck, again scanning for overhead and lateral hazards, and deploy the jack pads from under the chassis of the truck and put them out in the general position where the jack's going to come to rest. He'll then report to the back of the truck and meet with the engineer and the firefighter. The next position I'd like to talk about in our system is for the engineer or the driver operator. Once the truck's been brought to a safe and complete stop, the driver operator's position is to get out, chalk the front wheels of the truck, which are very important in aerial apparatus, and then move to the back of the truck to start to get out the controls to deploy the jacks. The next position I want to cover is the firefighter. For today's scenario, we'll have three people on this apparatus. The firefighter, once the truck has come to a complete stop, will get out of the truck, again scanning for overhead and lateral hazards, move down the side of the truck, removing the jack pads just as the captain had done on his side and placing them in the approximate place where the jacks will come to land. He will also then meet with the other two crew members at the back of the truck. Once the crew is assembled at the back of the truck, the driver operator can deploy the controls to put the jacks out. The officer and the firefighter will continue to scan down their sides of the truck looking for lateral hazards or any obstructions that may impede the jacks from coming out. Once the jacks have been deployed, the driver operator is going to check his status lights and his level indicator to make sure the apparatus is in a ready position. He'll then let the fire officer and the firefighter know that it's okay to go and pin the jacks. These are large metal pins that are inserted into the jack legs as a safety precaution in case we have a hydraulic failure so that the jacks cannot completely depress. Once the jacks have been pinned and the apparatus is in a ready condition, the driver operator should climb up onto the turntable and take control of the apparatus from that position. The firefighter and the officer can then put on their safety ladder belts, climb up into the bucket and hook in and get ready to go. It's critical that anytime the apparatus is in motion, the aerial apparatus is in motion, that you have a driver operator or another firefighter at the controls on the turntable for safety. Today we've talked about the elements of developing a systematic plan to put your aerial piece into operation. This is a way, not the way. You need to get with your department, with your crew, and see what's going to work best for you. I want to leave you with three important points. Number one is safety. Everyone has to be a safety officer. You have to account for the space in front of the truck, behind the truck, the sides of the truck, and maybe most importantly, above the truck. A 100-foot aerial means a lot of space has to be accounted for from a safety perspective. The second thing is get crew input. See what works best for you with your equipment and your situation. And third, practice, practice, practice. You play the way you practice. And if you don't practice the way you're going to play, it's not going to go well. I'm Chief Rob Wiley. This has been another FIREGROUND Flash Tip. Thanks for watching.